Alright, so I finally got my first Enduro 2-stroke. Before this, it's all been 4 strokes, and I have had 2 motocross 2-strokes, but this is my first Enduro 2-stroke. So this is the Beta 300RR, and it took 4 months to get this from the time when I told the dealership, yep, put me on the list, to when they called and said, here it is. Took 4 months, took forever. But it's here now, and I can't wait to get can't wait to ride it. But before I do ride it, I want to change out a bunch of parts, just so that I can ride it and enjoy riding it without heating it up. So let's do it.
So I'm replacing the seat and the plastics and the exhaust on this before I ride it, because I know that when I crash this and when I dent the pipe and when I scuff the plastics, I'm gonna want to fix it. And I don't really want to be bothered by that when the crashes happen. I don't want to be upset that I've scratched it and dented it. I want to just enjoy riding. So I'm just gonna put on some aftermarket stuff, and all that stuff can get beat up, and then eventually, before I sell the bike, I'll just put the OEM stuff back on and it'll be good to go. So I am removing the computer and the OEM headlights and the turn signals and all that stuff. But I want to be able to make sure that I can put it back the way that it's supposed to go. So I'm just labeling it to make sure that, and taking some pictures to make sure that when it comes time to put it back, I can do that correctly. These are the Enduro Engineering radiator braces, and I discovered these only too late on my last bike after I already needed to replace a radiator. But these things are great. These will keep your radiators nice and straight no matter how much you crash. So the last dirt bike that I had was a electric start Honda 450, and the last ride that I went on that motorcycle, I actually ended up like killing the battery and almost getting stranded, and had to do a battery swap with the guy that I was riding with. Luckily, he had a kickstart on his bike, and so he's able to start his bike fine, and that sort of made me a true believer that I think I want to have a Kickstarter from here on out. This bike doesn't come stock with a Kickstarter, but it comes with the option to be able to add one. So I went ahead and purchased that kit and installed it on this bike, and it took me about an hour and a half to install that. I had some trouble making the plastics, the shrouds line up correctly on the bolt holes because I had these radiator guards. But they're thick enough, so what I did was I just drilled, tapped, and mounted the plastics to the radiator guards instead of to the plastics, and it worked out just fine.